It'll be a weekend in the Big Apple for the Jacob Wilson will hit second. He has the second highest. Claps beginning here at Yankee Stadium as Lawrence Butler gets aggressive, firing off at the
a couple different fastballs.
A couple of four-seamers. That one out of the zone. Probably one of the best traditions in baseball. There's a 2-1. Now it's.
I feel like there's just an air of self-importance from a few select individuals out there in that group that.
Is back face to you specifically?
By all means, thinking about playing for the Yankees, you're probably telling yourself, man, I can't wait. I just can't wait. Move on.
Yeah. There you go. Well, a full display of the offering for Will Warren here in this AB against Lawrence Butler as he fouls off another pitch. And Lawrence Butler's going to work a full count walk. That's the
ball game for Lawrence Butler. Grind out that kind of at bat, work a walk.
Of the year in the American League. Of course, there's a lot has been made of high-powered offense on the batting average front this year. There's a called strike.
An athletics fan. I joke a lot about folks on this side of the.
This will be the last series. They'll go head-to-head. It'll conclude the season series come Sunday, and a real opportunity
to the dugout. That's unfortunate.
So Jacob Wilson down on strikes, and it'll lead to Brent Rooker. He'll swing at the first pitch and foul it off. Here's the 0-2. These A's saw Will Warren back in West Sacramento. It's probably his best outing of the year.
The decision.
It's gonna be strike 3.
Baseball and caught looking, and that's where you really start to think you got him looking for something that just ain't coming.
2-0 to Nick. Power on full display here over the next 3 games. Saw 3-run. Take a walk. Works as well. Continues.
4 right-handers on the bench for you. Sandwiching those lefties phone number, you've got some options.
Here's the 0-2 in the dirt, and good block from Ben Rice.
Up a little differently than you might want. Again, those right-handers as they throw the plate.
3-2 count now. First, here's the 3-2, and it's going to be another walk. Load up the bases. Former Yankee in the batter's box, and he'll watch the first pitch out.
But there have been some command issues. Last grand slam at Yankee Stadium. Geronimo Baroa.
Good. Hall of Fame one on the back end. Swing and miss, and that'll even up the count. Here's the pitch, and that's high. The payoff pitch. It's in the air. Right side, Aaron Judge going for the 3-2 again. That's going to be strike 3. Pitch to Grisham, and that's in there for Mitch Spence. The Yankees had yesterday off after playing 16 straight games. That pitch missing inside. Kansas City Royals, where they swept them and then lost 9 of their next 13. And they have seen their lead that can score a lot of runs, but their offense somehow, Dallas, has kind of disappeared a bit.
I mean, the whole team is not performing. That can be troublesome.
Grisham fouls this.
You know, it's a guy who we have already seen.
That's going to be a line drive. Nick Kurtz with the crowd's chanting MVP for Nick Kurtz. It's crazy how that happens. Might be for that foul. He's driven in 63.
Lighter from Mitch Spence. You know, I talk about it a lot. You know, is diving into the scouting reports and has an idea of how he's going to be attacked.
And a swing and miss, so it's on the calendar. He was a New York Yankee farmhand before becoming a Rule 5 draft pick for the Athletics. Stuck with the team all last season. Here's a ground ball. Kurtz will collect it, and he'll take it on over to first. Nice. Back to action here in the top of the second. Scoreless between the Yankees and Yanks. We just saw Mitch Spence with a nice 1-2-3 inning, just 12 pitches for Mitch. He also walked 3 batters.
And what will be interesting, how are they going to go about?
And a swing and miss for 68 games played as an A. Swing and miss for William MacGyver here. Also, he thought before last season he wasn't even going to get a continuous major league in the right direction for results.
When I'd like to take this time right now, and you can walk into that room, you had no idea that TJ McFarland.
There's a ground ball. Jazz Chisholm will play it high towards his chest, and that's
the player side of things. You have Seth Brown as well. Another guy who, regardless of what they would go about it, these are the expectations. I just want to thank both of those individuals' details.
Mitch Spence back to work against Giancarlo Stanton. His second inning of work on attack, the bottom of the A's order. And for Mitch Spence to know that they would be on the same mound here tonight at Yankee Stadium, that ability to compete with your former teammate.
And get better every day is what you're watching unfold, and you want to get there together. And you always have those dreams of being able to compete either with or against your friend.
I'm sure for Mitch, a lot of the dream was to pitch right here at this ballpark going through the minor league system. Max Schumann will be able to catch the pop-up from services are on the West Coast with the green and gold. That's pretty cool. And that's a big swing to right. And Lawrence Butler is going to leap deep into the night. Homer number 12 for Jazz Chisholm, and that puts the Yankees on top 1-0. The A's have 101 home runs. They sit 4th. This one in the air to center field. J.J. Bleday waiting for it to come down, and Paul Goldschmidt.
Only to the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have 30 on those such pitches at home.
Your bread and butter pitch, like it is for Mitch Spence in terms of usage, and you know the other team feasts on it.
It's just a matter of trying to stick with your strengths and having the confidence in being able to do so.
Two and two now to Ben Rice. Go ahead.
Turn everything into middle in, where you can get off the plate and keep everything sort of out over the plate for yourself.
Going to be a pop-up for Jacob Wilson. He'll come in. Any of that, Dallas?
I caught some clips afterwards, but we are aware of everything that they're capable of and everything that they've been doing, because it's almost like you got to talk people in to talking positively about these players. Done. We know what Denzel Clark is all about. We saw Brent Rooker get the love.
Walking. And this time it's a ground ball over to first. Paul Goldschmidt will flip it over to the pitcher, Jacob Wilson, for the second time. Wilson with a rare strikeout, just his 23rd of the All-Star voting. Really cool that he's in that.
On a lot to change that narrative in a short amount of time.
And another strikeout.
Pitch that really allows him to, I think you're seeing it.
Brent Rooker is going to get one through on the right side. An opposite field hit for Brent. And he's now reached
punch out games for the left-hander.
Nick Kurtz.
Kurtz, a guy. You're an A's fan, you find yourself out here in New York, this ballpark. I would.
Ground ball past Goldschmidt, and DJ LeMahieu will collect it.
Shaded cover. Secure your group today at athletics.com/hospitality.
And then back to the leadoff hitter in Trent Grisham. Seen him at times over the course of his career hit towards the top of the order, hitting at the bottom of the order right now because the offense has been. There's the 3-0 and that misses. So 4 straight pitches out of. Check. And there it is. We'll even up the count against.
Over the plate.
Be dancing around first. Foul ball.
And even on that swing there, you can see LeMay.
1-2. Volpe does take off. DJ reaches for it. And off to second will be runner in scoring position for Trent Grisham. One squares around a bunt and it's foul. Nice kick save from Luis Rojo. Here's the pitch, a swing and miss. Gets Grisham to go around, and that'll be the second.
To our point, if Aaron Judge is not the one swinging the bat and put the offense on his back, who is going to do that for the Yankees? And right now, you're kind of taking that test.
Aaron Judge swings at the first pitch.
Aaron Judge.
0-2 here to Bellinger.
When you like that. So
that's right back up the middle. A diving Jacob Wilson can't get to it. Here comes a run. And Anthony Volpe the throw to third, and Judge is already in safe.
Carlos Stanton.
Just returning this month from the injured list, Giancarlo Stanton was dealing with elbow injuries, both of his elbows. He's driven in a couple of runs. Now an opportunity with first and third. There's a called strike, just catching. Late swing and miss. Sky high, and this will be Max Schumann and Lawrence Butler coming for it. One has to call for it. Ultimately, the right fielder does. Tyler Soderstrom up here against Will Warren. A 1-0 count. Soderstrom walked back in the first inning. A walk that loaded the bases. But unfortunately, you see the A's have gone 18 straight innings without scoring a run. They were shut out against the Here's the 2-2. And a ground ball that's fouled on the first base side. At Yankee Stadium in their careers, obviously the rookies, Tyler Soderstrom, not a rookie, but included in that bunch.
I told them, yeah, I'm looking forward to BP with you boys.
Here's the ground ball, and DJ will play it up by his waist.
Specifically in the fact that it's not the old cathedral.
Gio Urshela swings at the first pitch he sees, and to center field, a bit of a different route for Trent Grisham.
But guys know, and they know the difference, just showing up and enjoying a ball game here. So once you are able to finally put the spikes on.
But when you look back at that series last year, there's a strike and a 3-1 count here for JJ Bleday. The velocity alone and the stats, but it was this stage and the top of the Yankees lineup at that time last year. And the battle
on Soto, exuding frustration.
JJ pops up the 3-2 into the grass for the shortstop Volpe. He'll be called off.
We managed.
I always get turned around, but that's no surprise to you. First pitch swinging once again for Jazz Chisholm Jr. on the run is Soderstrom out in left, and a
very important out number one.
pitch outside to Paul Goldschmidt. RBI single in the third.
It as of right now. I think for Paul Goldschmidt, though, you know, in terms of Cardinal uniform, 1.3 B so far. We haven't even hit the Midsummer Classic. Only mechanically, but we see that infraction, and it's all in an effort from these catchers to try to do whatever they can to pitch, starting to move towards the swing, towards the pitcher. You know, it almost tried to receive that baseball as well as what they're trying to do.
So the catcher's interference being an error, that makes it 50. Here's the 2-1 to Rice, and that's foul.
The bat.
16 straight, kind of giving him 2 days off in a row before the 2 day games that we'll see this weekend. Tomorrow, here's the full count to Ben Rice, and he'll walk on down to first with runners in scoring position. 35 of his 44 RBI have come. 2-0.
Half. See if he's looking for something he can spin on. Oh yeah. I mean, he is going to have to do it away.
And he misses away.
This year, however.
Here's the pitch. It's right back to Spence off his glove. This is going to score another run as Jacob Wilson won't be able to have a play. Trying to get out of it. 0 for 2 is Trent Grisham. Now a 1-1 count.
Well, again, that slide.
Here's the pitch, a swing and miss. Mitch Spence able. Brings up Aaron Judge, nowhere to put him here, so they'll have to pitch to him. And this is going to be a ground ball, foul ball.
They're trying to spin it away.
It's been a long inning for Mitch Spence, 25 pitches, and this time another foul ball.
Well, and that right there.
The 1-2 is swing and miss. Went to the cutter. Willie McIver leading it off. It'll be Max Schumann and Lawrence Butler to follow him. So the A's able to drive his pitch count up, mostly in the first inning. Two and one. Really battling up there. Coordinator gave him a lot of joy, and right here trying to get his first hit at Yankee Stadium. He does, looking for extra bases. Willie charging into second. Here comes the throw. He slides in, and a Schumann played here last year with the A's, went 0 for 6 in the series. So role that he knows he's in with this squad, not an everyday starter.
We have seen that strike zone expand laterally. This is under his belt last year, and a whole lot of work with a more abbreviated role. But I think that's what makes Max Schumann the professional he is whether he's in the ball game 5 out of 7 days of the week or maybe just a couple.
It'll be a timeout from Max Schumann, who played in left field yesterday in Detroit. So getting back yesterday. It's just his first start since June 18th. Here's the payoff pitch fouled.
Well, outside of finding his
Butler. Here's the pitch and fights it off again.
fantastic.
Here comes the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Max, and it's fouled again. And the pitch missing, so Max Schumann.
He should or not get out of this.
Let's see what Lawrence can do. Called strike. Lawrence 0 for his last 12. He did walk in the first inning today. 23 of his 32 RBI in that situation. A couple righties follow Lawrence, Butler, and Wilson and Rooker before a couple of lefties. Here's the 1-2. Swing and miss, and Lawrence will go down on strikes for the
Warren
Wilson. Both times he's been up, he's struck out. He wastes no time, swings at the first pitch, and this is a fly ball deep into left. It'll be a catch for Cody Bellinger, and it'll.
Here he singled back in the third, shot a ball over to the right side. On the barrel. It was a four-seamer, just missed that barrel.
Next pitch will be 100 for Warren. 2 on, 2 outs in the 2-2. It's a ground ball to Jazz Chisholm. He'll throw across the diamond, and that New York up over the Athletics. Mitch Spence on the bump here for game 1. Each of the last 3 innings after a 3-up, 3-down start for Spence in the first.
We cash them in.
Bellinger straightens this one out into play, and it'll be a fly ball for Lawrence Butler. Third time Spence is
starting to see guys for that third time.
1-2.
Can't get to the curveball.
Close pitch.
What?
Looked in the spot. Excuse me, Clint Bondrak. That pitch is low. Here's the pitch, a ground ball and foul on the third base side.
Off the bat of Giancarlo, one finish out.
Not trying to get your face in the way of that bounce.
I'm good.
The 3-2, a swing and miss. Mitch Spence. That brings up Jazz Chisholm. Jazz one of 10 players in Major League Baseball right now to have double-figure gold, and that's Lawrence Butler. Squares around a bunt, and it's called strike.
Speed power combination that is so highly sought after. Now, I'm not telling you that judge and identify guys that can do a little of both. It gets you excited.
No question.
Very exciting. Think about Reds fans and Eli De La Cruz, Braves fans, Ronald Acuna Jr.
To left, Soderstrom will move to his right and make the catch. Ended his day. It'll be Tim Hill leading it off against Nick Kurtz with a called strike. And when it's time for a change, things.
Stripes. And he is the very definition of slanging it. Base side of the rubber.
And a diving DJ LeMahieu. That's going to go off his glove. Nick Kurtz will get on as the ball leaks into right field.
Well, the early lack of command, I think, is probably what cut the outing short for Will Warren tonight. 3 walks in that first inning alone. Something you can probably chalk up to just poison patience. I think as you start to work your way through a season, inning starts to build up on you. And we saw him do just that tonight.
This one chopped over towards Jazz Chisholm. It'll bounce off his body, and Soder. Urshela lined out to center his last time up, 0 for 2 today. And this one to second. DJ to the shortstop. Volpe on to first. Now another left-on-left matchup with JJ Bleday. I want to correct something. I said Mitch Spence had a career high in pitches here today. Just a season high, 89. Are your expectations?
Trailing 3-0.
That's strike 3. His evening done after 5 innings. Broken bat for Paul Goldschmidt, and it's going to be a fly ball to Lawrence Butler in right.
And it's in. And Rice struggling against the lefties. Just 161 against southpaws for Ben Rice.
Stays alive, 0-2. Ben Rice was the DH until Giancarlo Stanton's return. This one in the air, high and deep. Center field, JJ Bleday with a catch at the warning track.
All over his last 3-4 outings. You gotta like what you've seen. 8 1/3, just hair over 2. Can give you that length you're looking for if you're trying to.
Waiting for him and adding to that collection in the pen of several guys who have started. There's a ground ball out. Top of the 7th, Fernando Cruz in to face Willie MacGyver. And Willie swings at the first pitch, a line out to DJ.
That's what you're looking for late in the ball game. So first in strikeout rate, 41.4%. Pretty good. Max Schumann going to show bunt, pull it back, take stranding guys at a great rate as well. You come into the fire, you want to be able to put it out. He's doing that. He's been a man on a
big reason why he's up there in terms of strikeout leaders for relievers.
Command issues at times for Cruz. And I think all in.
Has a 2-2 count now against Max Schumann, and Schumann pulled back, but Lawrence Butler will take a strike. Attendance in tonight at Yankee Stadium. 40's starting to happen.
I mean, in all honesty, probably not.
Bob's not going to try it that one.
Ball on the field. Aaron Judge had to trot over and clean it up.
It's back in position now. Butler's been in some deep counts. Had a 9-pitch at bat to start the game. That was against Will Warren. Now here is pitch number 7, and that's also going to be a foul ball. Lawrence pops it up on the infield. Jazz Chisholm running in. The pitcher's also going for it. He'll give way. I'm trying to hold the Yankees' pat here. DJ LeMahieu, the 9-hole hitter, to lead it off this season. And here a ground ball to Jacob Wilson. Be the first out. Him out, and of course, primarily up until that point, he'd been playing some third. Aaron Boone telling Jazz Chisholm they want him over there. They want him to get better defensively over there. Aaron Boone with his center field play.
About DJ LeMahieu and his presence and what he was going to mean to the lineup.
Especially when he's healthy. There's a strikeout.
And Mitch Spence
Struck out Aaron Judge twice. Also got Trent Grisham twice. So those were 4 of his 5. Get Aaron Judge to end this and get the A's back to offense. Judge laid off in the series against the A's in West Sacramento. This one lined out to left, and it's going to be a foul ball. Shortstop in Sacramento. Jacob Wilson has 105 hits.
In the 2.
And the pitch, a grounder. Will be Gio Urshela. He'll throw out his former Luke Weaver now in relief, and when it's time for a change.
For Aaron Boone and the Yankees.
So you were just talking about Aaron Judge and Jacob Wilson and how there was
to really have these guys performing the way they are, and that's showcasing that you can get this job done in a multitude of ways, and who's not lighting up the board in terms of power numbers, but is still flashing.
3-1 and popped up for Wilson on the infield right side. DJ LeMahieu will take it.
That you can see how pivotal of a role he can play.
So up the middle for Rooker, and Volpe plays it a 1. I mean, you could be the leader of the pack in clutch situations. A lot of those 6 home runs were.
Especially coming from a young guy.
Really, I think for Kurtz, if you want to go, the lack of success it has and the capability to change a game with one swing of the bat, but also the extra base hits.
Bomb today.
And a swing and miss for Kurtz. Kurtz, the 8th. Cody Bellinger fouls it back. Sean Newcomb continues to work. I think Dallas, when you look at the left 7 on base, and Cody Bellinger is going to lead it off with a hit into center field. It was the 5th inning and the for 6 with runners in scoring position are the A's tonight. Two and 1. Runner going. Here's the throw down from MacGyver, and it doesn't get there.
Schumann.
It's the 99th career stolen base for Bellinger. Strike has 2 strikeouts in his body of work here tonight against the Yankees. Pitch missing to Jazz Chisholm Jr. Here's a ground ball to second. Schumann to Kurtz. Pitch to center field. Blade will head towards the gap, and he will make the catch. Soderstrom's played in the majority of those games. He swings at the first pitch, and it's going to be a foul ball. 6 saves over that span.
Wipeout changeup he's featuring. That one right there. Go. Start of the 4th at 10. 10.03 ERA in 11 2/3 innings. He had 10 walks to 3rd. Put together a pretty good run. Numbers might not reflect it.
Swing and miss. Soderstrom, excuse me, on a foul.
19 games, ERA 1.53. 24 strikeouts.
Urshela has only faced him once in his career. It's resulted in a strikeout, swing and miss. Whatever was causing the slow start for Devin Williams, coming along strong here for the Yankees. Fernando Cruz added a couple of saves. Saw him in this game.
Been giving the opponent a little insight to what was coming.
2-2, a grounder, and Chisholm tries to glove it. He'll collect. He's down to one final out. JJ Bleday up, a swing and miss. Oh, 2.
The Airstrom and elevate the fastball.
Popped up in the air. We play for Anthony Volpe. We'll just wait for it to come down, and the